welcome for not welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say, where's Dashi? Well, Dashi will be here on Friday. I will do another video or something like this tomorrow. And Dash will be here on Saturday. I do have one more day left here, and then I will be back, and I will welcome you to my Xanadu over in New York, and then everything will be just as it should be. Who the heck is this person? No, I do not care about them. I care about you people. I'm going to go and start off. I guess we'll start off with the OMI, and I guess we'll start off with the. Maybe I shouldn't do OMI first. I should do the rest of the pack first. All right, we've got a bunch of stuff to go over. Let's take a look here. So we'll do the bad news first, and we'll get that bad news before we do the good news. Elon Musk's SpaceX new SEC filings show they've sold off all of their $373 million position in Bitcoin. Again, they had almost $400 million in Bitcoin, and then they sold it. Every single cent. And that is part of the reason, I'd say a good part, why crypto is down today. So you do have, let me refresh this. Hopefully the internet is decent enough so I can go and I can do this. It was a pretty red day. We have Bitcoin down 7%, Ethereum down 6%, which is different because Ethereum was down much lower before another piece of news. But anyway, I'll get to that. BNB down 5.5%. XRP down 14.7%. Again, had quite the run up recently, so 14.7 really not that huge of a deal. Lido Stake down 6%. Cardano down 6%. Solana down 6%. Dogecoin down 10%. Everything in the top 50? In the top 60? Or everything in the top 60 except for Flexcoin is down. Flexcoin, actually everything in the top 70 except for Flexcoin is down. Flexcoin is actually up. But yeah, that is largely because Elon sold the Bitcoin and everything had a knee-jerk reaction to that. So it was not good. So that being said, that is part of the reason why OMI is down as well. However, even though OMI is down, we went from being number 161 to number 147. Well, Chavez, didn't Bitcoin pull OMI down with it? Well, yes, partly Bitcoin did pull OMI down a bit. But there was also a hack into Elmon X. Elmon X is known for having many things such as Starry Night. I even think they have a bunch of amazing art paintings on there. And I know for a lot of people, art is not important, but let me spin you a yarn here and let you know that whenever a bunch of artists get together, what do they talk about? Well, if you don't know, they talk about art or they talk about business and finance. And what do businesses do? Business owners, financial people, what do they do when they get together? Well, they talk about art. So having a lot of art, it draws in a lot of money. Having a lot of first appearances or first editions of all of these amazing artworks go on, and you just have a lot of money going into it. And unfortunately, one of the mods of the Elmon X Discord happened to go and get hacked. This same thing happened with Veve at some point last year, where Noah, I guess, leaks his email or something and didn't change his password every month. I mean, you should probably do it more than once a month, but again, that's a standard. And he got hacked, and then he said, okay, hey, and so his account, whoever hacked his account, had said, hey guys, we're introducing a new OMI token here, send us your OMI and we'll send you back this one or whatever it is. And thankfully most people didn't do it, but some people did. Again, this was last year. And yeah, some people got screwed. Same thing with Elmon X. Somebody hacked in Elmon X Discord. They had gone on and used that mod and said, hey, here's a link. Click this link and we'll get you something. Blah, 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 blah. People clicked the link. They connected their wallets and their wallets were drained. Kid called Beast, the Feesh, there was a whole mess of NFTs that were taken, which is not fine, but it's, well, at least it wasn't a lot of the crypto, but a lot of the crypto was taken as well, particularly 128 million OMI, 97 million of which was just dumped on the market. So that also contributed to OMI's downfall today. OMI has been down between that and the Bitcoin dumping. It's actually only down 3%, so it actually did outperform the rest of the market here. But yeah, now granted that's not for the whole day. The low on the day was 00071. So we actually almost broke that 00070. Again, they didn't go on any exchanges and do that. They just had gone on and exchange that in the ETH liquidity pool over on Uniswap. So what Uniswap does is they say, hey, we have a bunch of ETH, we have a bunch of OMI. People can go swap it back and forth. And when there's a whole bunch of OMI being swapped for ETH or WETH, wrapped Ethereum, there's an imbalance there. It does show over in the exchanges. Hold on. I have honey fries. Anyway, that was one of the things that helped bring OMI down quite a bit. Now, aside from that, you do have a couple of things that have been positive. ETH surges over 10% from its lows from today at like 1540 after the SEC greenlit the first ever US proposal of Ethereum futures ETFs, which I thought was very special. And on top of that, you also have the SEC to approve, ETH futures ETF application. According to unnamed sources from Bloomberg, the first batch of ETH futures ETFs are expected to be approved in October. Several firms have applications waiting for several, including ProShares, Bitwise, and Votality shares. So again, these are just different things that have been helping the ETH and other prices recover. Again, I don't really consider this a black swan event. This is just something that, okay, the ebbs and flows of Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto at large. Speaking of which, we do have Being Real With You going out and saying, I am heartbroken that our Elmon X official community was targeted. My thoughts are with everyone who lost assets. There are truly no words that feel appropriate to express my sadness. I love this Elmon X project, which each of you in the community. And then you have Stewie2590 over on the Twitter saying, yesterday I moved my Elmon X assets to my ledger. Regrettably, I clicked that link and lost my A Kid Called Beast. The appeal of Veve and centralized platforms is becoming more evident. The value of holding keys diminishes when they seem to heighten theft risks more than anything. As Web3 evolves, it's clear that anonymity won't be its ticket to mass adoption. Yeah, agreed. If people want to feel safe, they're going to want to stick with Veve. They're going to want to be with Cryptoys. Cryptoys is one of those ones that is building their model off of Veve, a walled garden. You have other people. I think Rob Stuff over from Hero says, like, can we like not have this open border thing that they have? Because like it seems like every week someone in Hero is getting scammed, and feels bad, man. Feels really bad. It's very similar to not like payday loans, like scammers on the phone, like, oh hey, we have this. We have this that we could give you. We can give you money. We give this. Just give us your account and the routing number, and they'll get a check and they'll do whatever, and they'll scam you that way. It's really not something that. And this is why I'm 100% okay with Veve having a walled garden, so that nothing like this ever happens, at least for the Veve NFTs. Anywho, we do have a decent amount to go over today. All right, where are we? Yep. We went over the Thor Love and poster set, totally real thing when stacking. All right, so people going about stacking. We had Planet Vampire saying that's totally a real thing when stacking, talking about buying certain collectibles just so your vault value goes up, saying you want to see your vault value number go up, so you just add to your stacks for a dopamine fix. In fact, I just did it to finally reach over 200 Ultramans. Yeah, he is not the only one stacking Ultramans. A lot of people are super excited for what's going on, that will go on in Japan and China, and like I said, they'll want that. Another reason why Veve is just kind of ahead of the game or ahead of the curve when it comes to just the way you pay for the Veve NFTs. I know we're going to be able to have OMI to buy, MCP points, and they're going to buy gems and all that jazz, but we have Tio Ma coming on the Facebook and saying, I bought a couple hundred Matic last month to participate in McFarlane Batman drop. I checked my wallet today just to realize that I lost 22% the past month. I also paid like $10 in gas to swap. Lost 22%, and I will pay another $10 for swapping back to Ethereum and USD. This is without other deposits, transfers, or withdrawal fees. I love what McFarlane is doing right now, but I'm not sure I'm going to be in that project for long, mostly because of that. It's getting a little warm in here, so I'm going to go turn on the air conditioning. You guys are going to come with, and I will explain what I have found when talking about McFarlane Toys. McFarlane Toys has a Facebook page which has well over 100,000 followers. There's 100,000 people in there. Um, and a lot of their stuff, let me turn this on. A lot of their stuff does get a little bit of traction. Ooh, I'm gonna take these Doritos as well. Oh, yo, girl, I got these Doritos. I got some honey. Sorry. So a lot of their stuff does go on and get some traction, and they do get participation like any other Facebook group, like any other group in general. But there are some people that are more ahead of the curve than others. Okay. You have a couple people that are ahead of the curve that just like it. They're just like, hey, it might be digital, and I might not really understand it, but it is McFarlane. It is something that I really like. And they'll go on and buy it, and they kind of fight the FUD that's over there. And I'll get into a little more of the FUD in a little bit from people that go on and have been talking about saying, oh, again, I'll go over it real quick now. The wallet that had sold a little bit of OMI, originally people said it was Reese's wallet. It's not Reese's wallet. But that damage, that reputation, had kind of been tarnished a little bit just because a lie can get halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to get his pants on. You have the fudders going and saying, oh, this is Reese, this is, Reese dumping, and it wasn't Reese dumping, but you had the normal fudders, you all know who they are, I'm not going to name drop, saying this is what happened. And then the same thing this morning, oh, I bet David was the one that was going on and selling, even though that David and I think Reese were one of the people that had their information compromised via the Celsius hacks. It was completely different from the Discord hacks. It was completely different from everything. Again, and that's not David. It was completely different from the L1 hacks this morning. Again, you just have fudders really trying to go and bash the company. Again, you have fudders everywhere, and it's not just on Veve. You have fudders over on the McFarlane page as well. And again, I don't want to say it's FUD because it's not fear. It is uncertainty, but they don't know it's uncertainty. It is doubt, though. You have people saying things like, oh, nobody wants these NFTs. Nobody asked for these NFTs. Why are you giving us these NFTs? Like literally nobody asked for it. And then you have people saying, hey, listen, this is still McFarlane. It is still collecting. It's still the characters that we know and love. And, if any of you guys are here, if any of the fudders are here, if there's any, and I'm not going to lie, if you are a fudder and you're trying to FUD my investment, I actually don't care about you. I actually think it'd be best if you were wiped off the face of the earth. But I will go, and the little kid inside me that thinks that everyone can be a friend and that it is too mean to say certain things, I will go and say, like those Jehovah's Witnesses knocking at your door, I am trying to save you. I'm trying to stop you guys from meeting the same fate that whalers had. And what I mean by that is back in the 1800s, whaling was like Facebook. Blubber was the oil that lit the Western world, but the second half of that century, whaling oil and whale oil was replaced by kerosene. Whaling became MySpace, and the kerosene collapsed with the intervention of electricity. So you can look like a loser from the 1830s, or you can look like a hero to your family from the 2020s and beyond, because if you're getting into digital collecting now, you will be making so much heckin' money. But even more so, not necessarily to the environmentalists, which hate us right now. They think that NFTs are trash. They think that NFTs are bad for the environment. And to their credit, many NFTs are not that good for the environment. Many NFTs do have a net negative impact, but not the ones on Immutable X. The ones on Immutable X are the ones that are carbon neutral. And again, we are just dealing with the icing on the cake, not the cake itself. The cake, and to get deeper into this, if you're part of the Veve fam, you get to see what others don't first. And going even further into that, to get that gold and silver Veve logo, we had another 2 be bought the last couple of days, actually the last 24 hours, and another one that's going to be bought in the next 3 days, depending on who gets it first. There are 2 going for the next one, that is iSergio's at $39.98. But again, the cake is that first look that you will get at every one of those deals that struck on the Veve parties, in that Veve logo party, whether it's me, Sanjay, anyone else that's putting on that Veve logo party. You will be able to hear people going and doing deals, setting the terms, and you will make more money than any other person in your field combined, just because of that. So anyway, I feel like I've talked about the logo a lot recently. Let's get back to let's go back to the beginning. Okay. If you see this on my Facebook, not that I answer Facebook messages anymore, that is just a symbol for to kind of show that you're in grieving. I mentioned this yesterday, but I'll mention it again. My boy Bobby Bello has unfortunately passed away. We love him. Cheers to that. As is Silicone Secure this week. We will take a minute on Sunday before the drop, and we will have a moment of silence. Everyone will be doing it for Silicone. I'll be doing it for my boy Bobby Bello as well. And that brings us to our next point. Veve posts that join us in a moment of silence for one of the Veve fam's finest, Veve's favorite son, Silicone Secure, before the drop this Sunday at 11:01 p.m. or I'm sorry, 11:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have that minute, and it will be live. Speaking of which, Veve says, "Feel like you are returning to the Pride Lands with this collection of beloved characters from Disney's animations, The Lion King. 3 digital collectibles drop in blind box waitlist on Sunday." Like I said, Silicone Secure is one of Veve's favorite sons, and as is Simba, one of Disney's favorite sons, son of Mufasa. So we'll go on, and let's take a look at what we will be spending on Sunday for this drop. Okay, you have $24.94 for Simba, which means $24.04. And then, because they keep 90, and then Rafiki, my man, Rafiki, has $19.94, which means $19.04. Oh God, I put 49. All right, $19.04, and then you add the last one, which is Scar, at $8.94. So that means $8.04. He is one of the scarcest secret rares that we've had on this. Scarcer than the Wreck-It Ralph secret rare, scarcer than the Frozen secret rare. 5112, and it's 40 gems for this. So this is actually quite a lot. It's $204,480 in order for this to be done with, in order for this to be, I don't want to say secure, but in order for this to sell out. Obviously, sub 100s are going to be a big one. Special mints are going to be a big one. The 1994s for all of them will be big, except for Scar, because Scar does not have a 1994. There's only 900 or 894 of him. Any of his will be super scarce and super coveted. Anywho, moving on here. After that, we have the comic book today, which if you ask anyone else, they'll be like, Veve had a comic drop today. They did. It did. It didn't do well at all. Fantastic Four number 19. Fantastic Four number 66 from 19. Was it 61? Does it say? Does it even say? Oh yes, from 1961. It is the first appearance of Adam Warlock, which is fine. I figured this would do decently, and there was 10,000 copies, which means like what 9154 whatever. So 2919. So let's say 9200 minus 2914 times 7 did about $44,000, and that's really interesting because you think, 6 months ago, if you did $44,000, it's not bad. That's pretty good because a lot of the comics made like 20,000. Even the drops made like $25,000. But now a comic that nobody knows or cares about, even though it is the first appearance of Adam Warlock, it made $44,000 in less than 12 hours and in about 11 hours. So that's a good sign. Even though, again, nobody really knows about it or cares about it, it still managed to make $44,000. So that's something that I think we should all celebrate. I think that's something where, as much as just to celebrate that Veve do be making that money, though. Even though, again, you have some people saying, "Oh, Veve is going to need to sell some of their OMI because they don't make as much money." Those guys are just fudding like badly. They're just straight up lying. I don't even want to call it FUD because it's not fear, it's not uncertainty, it's not doubt. They're just straight up lying. Anywho, moving on. Eagle Eyes saying, "You may now pick and choose the clubs you would like to participate in the club roles and arcade roles. Thank you for all being part of the wonderful community." And they were talking to the gold club logo, the gold and silver Veve logo holders, which again, I have told a couple of people, a couple of friends about this, a couple of whales, and they will all go and they will all say that they will, many of them will be bought. And this is before any crazy things happen. Anywho, we have my friend. Um, we have Pavle Stanomarevic yesterday, which had posted $200,000 are going into OMI in the next couple of days. So we will see a little bit of a rise just from that. Very excited about it. Ren, you know, you would invest. What am I saying? Better off holding 60 with best friend. How much? Yeah, I mentioned this yesterday. Saying if your best friend asks how much OMI should I hold, what would that response be? Go and watch that video from yesterday. I think that happened in the last hour, the second half of that video. It's a really long response, so I won't say it here. We have Refund King saying, hit another Veve milestone today. 3 million MCP points. It is Nesco. Nesco over on the Veve app is MCP level 84, has 1,655 collectibles, 4,500 comics, and yeah, 3 million MCP points. Mr. MC1 says congratulations. Shout out to him. We have a little bit of Earth 2 news that I should go over. I'll try to go over. I'll put it in a video tomorrow. It's great to officially confirm the release of Sidroid slotting on Earth 2. This feature brings even more utility to jewels and Sidroids. I was wondering why the jewel price went up. It also brings new strategy to raiding. We've seen over 3 million jewels that have been burned. And their team has also pushed bug fixes, a few improvements since last week. He personally requested a toggle feature here and was told that Pacey provided the same feedback, so shout out to him. There's another thing I really want to go through as well. Let's see here. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Sorry. David, you made a post on the Instagram talking about the Nathan Sawaya stuff, the Lego stuff that has been going on. So I'll add to my story. My stories, I'm not gonna lie. So when the Green Lantern was announced last week, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. He's the 6th member of the Justice League. People really like him. He might not sell out, but he'll do well. He'll make Veve probably $100,000. It was $141,000 to sell out. It's like he'll at least make Veve $100K. And then the X-Wing had been announced, and I was like, oh, rip to Green Lantern. He's not selling out now. Everyone's going to want their X-Wing because it's Luke Skywalker's X-Wing. It's extremely important. And I was proven wrong. Green Lantern did sell out. It took about an hour, I think, but it did sell out. And obviously the X-Wing sold out in 16 minutes, which is 1 minute after. It would have sold out in 1 minute. It had it been just the normal drop, but now it's a waitlist drop. So I do say the same thing with this. I at first I was like, oh, it'll probably sell out, because it's pretty scarce. It's 50 gems, but these things are scarce. And then Lion King and Jurassic Park, I was like, oh man, I don't think this will sell out now. However, the Green Lantern was $141,000 for just one of them, and these only cost $69,000. Everyone comment nice down below with the 69 reference. And there's 3 of these as well. One's animated, one's not. One's a secret rare. It's super scarce. So I do think this would still sell out, and I do think that this is a. I do think this is a piece that can make you money, because anything that's super scarce like this, like I said, would blow up, at least in the future, if the artist is good. So what I wanted to bring up, 10 years ago, 2 days ago, so 10 years and 2 days ago, 10 years and 2 days ago, I shared a post from my friend Ed LaRue. Again, it says August 15th, 2013. And it says, boom, silver at 2304. And I put, oh shit. Because at the time, I was a super big conspiracy theorist. At the time, I didn't think that the dollar was gonna make it. I thought that the dollar would collapse. I thought that the Swiss franc would go up, gold and silver would go up, and I put a decent amount of money into silver. So let me go and show you again, just real quick, what the price of silver was 10 years and 2 days ago. $23.04. What is the price of silver right now? $22.96. I get it. Silver and gold have their uses. Silver, not expensive as gold. People can use it for bargaining. Gold has actual uses, can be used to conduct electricity, can be used for fillings, can be used in all of these different things. But 10 years, you could have put $10,000. It doesn't matter how much you put in 10 years ago. You would have less today than you did 10 years ago, and that's not including inflation. So I told my guy, one of my newer whales, this today. I was like, listen, I'll read you the exact text that I sent him, and he's a newer whale. Oh, I have so many things that haven't gone through because I'm up in this place. Where is it? Where is it? I said, listen, I've been hearing the same thing for over a decade with silver. That pic I sent you yesterday was a picture of 2013 when silver was 23.04 per ounce. It was worth more 10 years ago than it is now. I will likely never touch silver again. Again, you would really like to get silver and gold in the worst case scenario, where World War III breaks out, everything's going to crap, a disaster, Walking Dead type of scenario. But because I wouldn't even like to live in that society anyway, I'd take the easy way out. I will never go and purchase that again. Now, obviously, again, it is a hedge against the dollar. It is a hedge against any currency. So is Bitcoin. But I decided to go and, state that publicly. I will not get that. I will not. Numismatic coins are completely different. Numismatic coins are similar to Pokemon cards. They're collectible. There's very few of them. They're scarce. There's only some in certain grades. Prior to 1964, you couldn't even get like a PF70 because the technology didn't exist to get a perfect grade at that time. You can only get a PF69 and below, but before 1964. So there's a lot of reasons to get some numismatic coins, but a lot of times you're really just at the mercy of the metal. I really don't think a lot of it is a good investment. Most of it, especially bullion, is not. Even working in the field, like the margins on a lot of gold and silver bullion is thinner than Kate Moss on a juice diet. You really don't want to go get into that. Yep, it's a lot of hard work, and you make a little bit, but yeah. Anywho, that's one of the things I wanted to go over. We're at 27 minutes right now. Dananen169 over on the YouTube saying, I reckon I am the #1 collector of Kylo Ren lightsabers. He has 91 of those stacked so far. Shout out to him. Energy Tour posts something saying, Veve is my life. Posting a thing that says love. David goes on and posts a couple of hearts. We love him. And here's something else. We had a logo. Sergio, forget his last name. Sergio over on the Veve had gone on and posted his logo for sale at $39.98, and we had someone, I forget her name. I think her name was like Hello Kitty or Kitty Cat or Clitty Clat or whatever. Sorry, that's apologies. Had posted hers for $3,500, and it got bought in like 12 hours. That is not mine. I did not buy it, but somebody else bought it, and might buy another. What's happening? 90 not okay. Also, people that are going and saying, even so, I'll tell you guys right now. Me and Nakomi were supposed to have a deal in 2021 about me buying a bunch of their, like, 6 figures worth of their token, because at the time they were just barely starting to make money. Nothing in the store was sold out, and they're like, okay, let us put the deal together. A couple months later happened. Everything in their store was sold out. There was nothing that they had put up for sale that wasn't sold, and the deal fell through because they started making money. That would have been an OTC deal, because if you wanted to go and buy it from the market, the price would have went, to the moon. But again, it didn't happen. I had to buy it from the market because, it wouldn't, because the deal didn't go through. So having said that, that is a reason why whoever wallet that was that had sold some OMI, it may or may not have been David's. It may or may not have been. I don't think it is. I'm almost positive it is not. It maybe could have possibly been from the Ecomi development wallet, just because it could have been going to an exchange. It could have been going to, again, it wouldn't have been a deal. I don't think it was really that much of a. It was like a couple hundred million OMI, so it wasn't a ton. It wasn't anything that had any meaning. Would have had any meaningful impact on the coin. Yeah. 100,000, couple 100,000 going into that, would have probably pumped the price 30%, give or take. But again, that's fine. What you need to do, that's whatever. There are some people that think like, hey, that's insider trading. If they knew what was happening, listen, guys. If let's say Hard Shore, let's say I knew somebody that worked at Hard Shore, and they were going and they had an announcement that Hard Shore was having a partnership with Bailey's, and they were going to announce that in 5 days from now. So I buy a bunch of Hard Shore and Bailey's stock, meaning I'd be on both sides of the announcement, and I'd be poised to gain a huge gain, 20%, whatever. Yeah, that would be insider trading, but that's for stocks. For crypto, no such laws exist. There could be a crypto called the Sleep in Comics crypto, the Sleep in crypto, and he could be like, Randy, I'm going to announce the most amazing utility tomorrow with Grand Summit hotels out in Maine, and I would be like, okay, great. And I'll buy a bunch of the Sleep In or the Grand Summit Hotel crypto, whatever, and I'll buy it, and I'll make 80% on my money, and there is nothing illegal about that. So, anyone trying to say that any insider information, okay, well, that's not illegal. Even if it was, which I don't think it was, anyone from the OMI team, which it wasn't, yeah, that's 100% legal, even if they did, which, again, they didn't. Anywho, moving on here. So it's not illegal. Insider trading naturally you want to diversify. All the super successful stories in US and tech have massive selling on the way up. There is not a single exception, whether it is Alphabet, Apple, Meta, Amazon, anything in FANG, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Every single one of them had sold on the way up. All of them had billions of insider selling. So this happens in every single facet of finance. So even if it was David that has 30 billion tokens, if he wanted to go and sell less than 1% of his tokens, again, that's not considered dumping, like some fudders will say. That is just, hey, we need to do this for X, Y, and Z. Yeah, that's it. Anywho, people want to volunteer. Okay, OMI burning stuff and OMI gem pools. I know some people have security concerns. How are we going to use OMI to buy gems? How does that make a security? Use the OMI gem pool to support it, and if they can sell in gems and swap for OMI, then if you buy in gems, they weren't purchased with the OMI, they would just add those back to OMI. So basically meaning if you have, if you wanted to buy stuff in the Veveverse in gems, let's say they can make it, you can only buy a cup in the Veveverse from gems that were bought from that gem liquidity pool. Okay, well, the gems are bought from that liquidity pool, which means that you had used OMI to purchase those gems, and you take those gems, you buy a cup, those gems get re-put into that gem liquidity pool. So again, there are multiple creative ways around people's concerns. I had a buddy message me saying his new Revolut card is customizable, and he put it as OMI, comma, or OMI million, as in OMI millionaire, as in he has more than 1 million OMI. Dave, aka NFL Champion.eth, had posted, hey, Veve fam, let's see who has pulled off the best snipe in Veve history. Shall we? I'll start. 25 February 2022. Fantastic Four #1, secret rare, floor price of $13,250. Sniped for 130 gems. Dude is a mad lad. Absolute mad lad. Again, got it 90% off. Not straight, direct, solicitation, fill in your life, nope. Gonna call out, I'm saying, yep, increments, maybe sell. Okay, so people are saying, hey, Chavez, it had taken several months, almost half a year, in order for MCP points to correct and rectify before everyone had it and it was smooth. To their credit, I will say you are correct. It did take almost half a year for that to happen, but they had to do years and years of backdating for those MCP points. When talking about OMI utility and OMI staking, there is going to be no backdating. It's just from whatever date they decide to start, will be however much OMI you can get, etc., etc. So it should go a lot quicker. Let's say it starts next month and they start rolling it out slowly but surely. It would take before the end of the year before everyone has it and it's up and running. It wouldn't even take that long. Like everyone should have it by mid Q4. My heart can rest till then. Okomi posted out an article talking about the Veve Master Collector Program. Mr. MC1 had said, "Is this a new article with additional info previously not shared, or a summary recap?" And Okomi had said, "Listen, this is just a summary recap. We are cleaning up the blog and making it easier to find Token Portal and related information as new people enter the space." Excuse me. Also, shout out to Noldor Alive saying, "I'm ready for spaceship racing in the Veveverse for getting the number 42 rare Luke Skywalker X-Wing." Very, very good mint. Very, very good mint. And also you have one Veve logo at 4K and the next one is 4700. And there are two people going for this. One of them will have it by Saturday. One might have it even beforehand. One will have the money on Saturday. One may or may not have the money beforehand. I'll keep you posted. Advertising. I am going to have another fry. Advertising, I think, can be good if you go to certain influencers that are already in crypto and you want to talk about OMI. When you talk about OMI, even if you don't mention Veve at all, but you will, because you'll say, "Oh, well, it's the token of the Veve app. It's a token of the Veveverse. What the frack snick snack is a Veveverse?" Or the Veve app. They'll go and do their research and be like, "Oh, okay, these NFTs, all these licenses are interesting. I found Veve because of the OMI token." Well, because of Earth too, but because of the OMI token. I got OMI first, and then I got Veve second. So I think if you really want to grow the numbers of Veve, you should go and have the crypto bros go and be like, "Oh yes, OMI, X, Y, and Z," and these are the reasons. The reason why I say this, and again, I'm thankful for Todd McFarlane for going and trying to reach people in the physical world to get them into NFTs. Most of which is going god awful. I've been on their Facebook and it is not good. But they went and done an ad yesterday or today saying, "The first and finest appearance of Blue Beetle from the upcoming Warner Bros. Movie drops this Friday, 18 August at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. McFarlane Toys Digital Mint, Polygon, Rarible, built on Rarible." It had 685,000 impressions and 143 likes. Half of what I post gets 143 likes. This has 9 comments. This is, if you want to go and advertise, do not. I mean, yeah, sure. It had 600. It had a well over 500,000 impressions. That is not a lot of actual active people going in and commenting and being super excited about it. And again, let them do the advertising to everyone else, even though it is not going to work for them mostly. But the amount that they're paying will not be retroactively received by the amount of people that they bring in from that. But slowly but surely, enough people to get that, they'll be into the space. It'll help Veve pretty much for free. It's like last year over at the Super Bowl, and you had Ford do their electric truck commercial, and then when the Google data from that day or the day after was really more for Tesla Cybertrucks than anything else. Tesla didn't have to do anything. Ford did the advertising, but Tesla received the benefit. Same here with McFarlane Toys and Veve. We have news from Brockman Blockchain saying, "Don't buy because I've said this. I don't give a heck what you buy, but Mighties in the Veveverse look pretty dope with all the lighting and updates to the quality." So I'm really, really hoping that that is really cool. I'm going to take it as a lesson to buy more. No, I'm not. But CSDI or David Chamont had said, "Real Randy Chavez will be happy." Yes, I am. I don't know what top 3 best looking Mighties are. How much? I have a little bit to go over still. We do have Dance Buddha Panda going out saying, "How you guys doing? I want to tell you guys we are here because we are legend. The future is now. I told you so." And he posted his number 1,000 Secret Rare Spider-Man, his number 693 Secret Rare Spider-Man, and his number 728 Secret Rare Spider-Man. That number 728 does actually belong to a friend of mine. He will go and buy it, and will go and I'll get that back at some point. I don't know when, but he will. People showing off. It's great. Mr. MC1 also said celebrating 250, his 250th secret rare comic on Veve with a few 3-digit mints. I think that was the one today, the Fantastic Four number 66, I believe. So good for him. Yep, I got that. Yep, I got that. I did change the memberships. You know, if you Patreon member, you know, nothing changed, but the YouTube memberships I had changed so that it used to be, hey, become the best member in the YouTube membership for like $50 a month. And it was an hour call each month. I do not have the time for that, so I shortened it to 20 minutes per month. So if you do go and you are that, want to do that $50 a month, however much it is, you will get a 20-minute video chat with me. It was an hour, but again, the time, it just gets more and more scarce as time goes on. So just throwing that out there for you. I do have a couple other things. I'll put in a video tomorrow. Because we'll do that. Let's get to the comments. And also, before I get to the comments as well, it's been about 40 minutes since I've been talking to all of y'all. So let me go in and say this. Smash that like button, please. It is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, especially the super thanks button down below, super chats as well, and the inevitable, oh Lord, there's so many messages. I'm not gonna get them. Yeah, let's go to the comments here. Bill Gardner says, what up? What up, Bill Gardner? I break stuff, says fire, straight fire. Prince Toby says, what up, Randy? Ever heard of the Red 8 family? It's a YouTube channel that posts animated Bored Ape videos, pretty much NFT cartoons. We need to get the Veve fam to do stuff like that with our NFTs. You're right. It is going to take a special type of person to go and do that. I know I don't mean stop eating the paste special. I mean someone with a particular set of skills. My particular set of skills have nothing to do with animation. I have no artistic capabilities, but other people do. I'll try to find some. What says Omi pumped and dumped per usual? Well, again, today, as I explained before, really wasn't Omi's fault. And the heroes, don't worry, West, the entire market is down. Agreed. That says, why the pencil pump? Yeah, the pencils were like $22 the other day, like $48 now. I don't understand why. There's a lot of them. I get it, they're a secret rare, but it's not like they're their own set. I mean, we have what the desk is going to look like, but that's it. I don't really understand why they're pumping so much, but we'll see. Hey fam, what up, Big A? Which NFT do you think you could beat in a fist fight and you're equal in strength and durability? The sole factor is just throwing hands and intelligence. Well, the big meme had 21. Definitely not of the little friends. The little friends are all freaking gorillas and they'll rip me apart. I mean, the self-made ones I could take. The common alligator Lokis are pretty small. The secret rare is obviously very big. You know, that'd be a standstill mostly. I mean, my endurance is not as good as it used to. My punching power is still pretty good. So anything frail I could take. I mean, the Mighties are small, but they pack a punch. They pack a wallop. Deadpool, you really can't beat. He regenerates. Storm is like an Omega level mutant. Mr. Fantastic could wrap me up. The Invisible Woman can create force fields. I mean, honestly, there's not a ton. I mean, I'll take all of the Decon logos, all of the Decon mascots. Any artwork that was done at Decon, I'll absolutely destroy them. But anything else that's a natural superhero, probably not. Even the Incredible, like, again, these people have, a lot of these collectibles have superpowers. So, you know, maybe Donnie, you take Donnie. Anyway, Mark Robertson says, let's go. Stan says, why did Elmon X scammer grab Omi? I mean, it's valuable. And again, you're going to take what, like, if I'm a scammer, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's Omi or Dogecoin or Ethereum. If I'm a scammer, I'm scamming everything. And I'm selling, and I'm getting that, and that's it. JKRB says, Elon will sell all his Doge too, just a matter of time. Not yet. He wouldn't do it yet. He might do it eventually, but not now. A business says, hey, bruh, have you filed your VA claim? I'm doing that at the moment. I haven't had time to do anything with the VA. I should. I should be doing something like that. But yeah, I have not. Energy Hero, Zealand does sell, it's fake news. Well, he said he's going to at some point. Why Motel 6? This is not a Motel 6. This is literally, oh, hang on. This is a Grand Summit. This is a ski lodge. This is I literally have 3 rooms. This is not a Motel 6. And again, this is whale week. I needed a place to have my whale meetings this week. Turtle Golf and Squid Cat was very, very accommodating in their ways that they could help with whale week. I'm not gonna lie, this place is legit. Very good. Jordan Reed says, Randy, yo, what up? Rig says, hey. Check out Ray says, I don't feel safe to put my OMIs in the Veve app. I hope they put better security soon. They'll have 2FA at some point. I don't know when. Okay. Jordan Reed says, smash the like button, guys. Smash it. Smash it. Richard Samuel says, already did. Prince Toby had gone on and said, Secret Rare Scar on Pride Rock character drops. Looks just a little bit off. His right arm is too buff. Like Electra's face last year and turned her into a bored ape looking thing. There's been multiple people that have come to me stating their opinions on Scar. And I understand them. Every single one. I do. I do. Shago Sola says, let's freaking go. Let's up, Shago. Prince Sobe saying, we need a sequel to Randy Chavez Chops Wood called Randy Chavez Cuts a Boat in Half, then uses his flex tape to fix the boat. I don't have a boat. There are canoes. There are canoes right downstairs I could take. I wouldn't chop it just to put flex tape on it, but I understand what you're saying, and yeah, I see that. Bill Gardner says, I love this drop. Just picked up some Bitcoin to convert to USDT to OMI. Let's get that bread. Jordan Reed says, what up, Bill Gardner? Bill Gardner says, what up, Jordan? The Moon Boy says, the Elmont ex-hacker stole 150 million OMI tokens that he dumped on the market. He dumped on Uniswap, yes. Just chilling, big dumpy market today. Bill Gardner says, picked up 3 commons and a rare today on the comic. Very nice. How much? Jordan Reed says, OMI still holding strong around 00075-ish. Didn't expect below 0008, but then again, everything is down. Heaps, yes, it is down. All the stuff. Gardner says, all in the market. OMI is holding better than expected. Agreed. Agreed, Hero. OMI is doing better than expected. Gardner Reed says, true this. Many collectors are slowly grabbing 10 million OMI, probably lots to go. There are the newer whales that are coming in. Currently don't care about Veve. They will, but they currently don't care. They just see the chart. They just see what me and the whales are telling them, and that's it. And they trust us, and they'll get into that. Eventually, yes, I would like them to get into Veve because the more whales in Veve, the better. Buying things they like or things that they don't even like. Somebody had the other day said, like, I don't even like this. I don't know why I'm buying it. But he bought like a matching set of Frozen stuff. It happens. Yeah, JKRB says OMI Daily Burn posted that David used 30 billion are still in Go Chain untouched. Agreed. Agreed. So there you go. Probably for a new exchange. It may or may not be for a new exchange. We have no idea. Ms. Pena says, Randy, I did a thing. Buying the rumor locked up number 43 X-Wing and matching number 43 R2-D2. How certain is the integration in the Veveverse? Hold on a second. I have something I need to we need to go over together. Get you one. Oh, I got that to go through. Okay, that's interesting. Grumpy cat match. Okay, so are you the real Dynamo? What is your Jason Pena? What is your name on Twitter? Because we got a lot to go over. We do have a lot to go over, Senor. Um, and the reason why I said that is because um, if you have the number 43 X-wing and matching R2D2, or is it the R2D2 from the is the R2D2 from the Golden Moments, or is the R2D2 the animated R2D2? Because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of Oz. Oh, yep, that is you, Jason Pena, who has the number 43. The reason why I asked that is because I have the number 43 Luke Skywalkers, and the Luke Skywalkers are look great with the X-Wing and R2D2. I do not have $43,000 to give to you for that, but you may or may not do well on that in the future. Jordan Reese says, "Oh, that's cool." Big J78 says, "President don't care. Teams should be more transparent. Look at OMI sales. Just a bad look. Not a bad look at all." Garza says, "Doesn't Randy have 43 Luke?" I have all of the 43 Lukes. Jason says, "Yes, Bill, baiting Randy with a 43 bundle after OMI Moons." I'm not going to lie, it's a good play. I would want those at some point, and you got them before, I could get them. That could very well pay you dividends in later years. Very well could. Shout out to you. Jordan Reese is laughing. Bogart says, "Randy, I did the exact same thing with silver and gold. Not a good way to make money, especially with inflation." Agreed. Mark Hunt says, "What's up, fam?" Yo, what up, Marky Mark? I hope you're doing well. Prince Toby says, "What Gen Z lingo confuses you the most as a millennial?" Nothing yet. I mean, everything that I really don't want to be that old uncle at the barbecue, be like, "Oh, he thinks he's one of the young people." I mean, I know what I am. I know who I am, but at the same time, which is a good thing, I know what I am. I'm not one of those boring adults that has kids and they're just tired and boring. And I like all the new stuff. I watch TikTok. I'm up with all the trends, and um, I like certain things. Like, all right, I still say straight fire or that's fire, and I recognize that the better thing to say, the newer thing to say, "Yo, that is gas, bro," or the new thing is like, "Oh my god, this liquor is bussin'," because it is. So even though I'll say fire, I can use the lingo. I know how it is, and I won't say it in like that old person way, like, "Oh, this alcohol is bussin'. Oh, am I cool now?" No, I'll actually say it the way it's intended, like, "Oh my god, it's straight gas." Like, "Oh my god, this alcohol is bussin'," like an actual way that a normal person that's not 50 years old would say it. But again, I like the older stuff. I still like saying cool. I still like saying, I wouldn't say boss. That's a little too, like, that's at some point boss was like vintage in the late 2010s, and now it's like old. Um, but even like the newer things, like, oh, side eye, like when someone's doing something that's freaking weird, you're like, "That's freaking weird." But now you're like, "Oh, side eye," and like you don't just give them the side eye, like you say it. Um, yeah, I mean most things I do catch on with pretty quickly. Um, like even in my videos, I would be like, "Oh my God, yeah." Like let's say today, like, did you see what Brock McBlockchain posted about Simba? He posted the GIF where Rafiki yeets Simba off Pride Rock. Like I would say yeet. I would even comment. I would even comment on when Elon Musk had his SpaceX flights going. Vroom. I would be in the comments, be like, "Everybody say yeet." Yeet. Um, there's really nothing that confuses me or irritates me yet. I do think at some point when I'm in my like late 30s or early 40s, and maybe I don't look as young. Obviously I look fairly old now anyway, but when I look even older, it might be something. But I feel like right now, currently, I can still say most of the things and it not be cringe. I think some other things that other people say, it's like, oh, when this 45-year-old says sus, it just doesn't sound right. It just sounds different. But as long as you like know what you're saying and say it in a fairly, say it in a way that people are like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like you say it in the accent of a young person. I know that doesn't make sense, but it'll make sense for people who get it. But currently, I don't think there's any word that I know that I'm not okay. There might be a new word on TikTok or Tumblr or whatever that people are using that I might not know yet. I'll learn it within a week if there are, because that's what I still do in my free time. I scroll on the TikTok or on the Reddit or Tumblr, not really, but it makes its way to Facebook eventually. Anywho, Vivi Moonboy says Viviverse reviews are an A plus bullish for OMI utility is here. Next step, Binance and Coinbase. So I was talking to my whales about this, and like, why wouldn't they put Binance or Coinbase first? And I said, listen, they have a whole blockchain team, they have a whole team dedicated to this, and from what I understand, once you have Coinbase or Binance, nobody really cares about any of the smaller exchanges. No one would really care about KuCoin once we have Binance and Coinbase. No one would really care about, I don't know, give me another exchange, like derping on the exchanges here. We have Bitmart, I guess, already. I mean, no one would care about Bitmart. No one would. I mean, we have OKEX, so that's fine. No one would care about what is the one that not FTX. No one care about Robinhood. No one care about these little exchanges once we get Bitcoin or once we get Binance and Coinbase. So most likely, we want to do C tier, C tier, B tier, B tier, A tier, and then the super tiers. You would want the bump from each of those. You'll get a big bump from Coinbase and Binance. But once that happens, you won't get anything from KuCoin. You won't get anything from Kraken. But you'll get something from Kraken beforehand, and KuCoin beforehand, and then the other bigger one. So I think that's why. Moving on. Bill Gardner says silver markup prices around $12 to $15 over spot right now. Most dealers charging 40-ish for Eagles. Damn. It says Trump silver around 50 and up because it's Trump. Of course. Anything Trump's going to go for money. Mo Collections 31 says could have the wallet been the hacker's wallet that stole millions of OMI from Elmon X hack? I think they're different. I'm pretty sure they're different, but who knows? Our Pen says, yo, late to the party, but here now. What's up, Smarty Pants? Howdy, howdy, howdy. Ugh, I don't have the time to deal with all of it. Oh, dude, I feel like I just came from like a flagellation, or I'm just beat up this week, and I'm so tired. But nevertheless, the show must go on, so we will go and despite getting the ambuscade on before, we will move on. Bill Gardner says, what up, Smarty Pants? That's probably why Spider-Gwen other Mighties are pumping. That is very possible. That is very possible. We love the Mighties. We love honey. Mean Dick says, Vivi Gold and Silver logo is 3 cells away from 7,500 thin floor. Well, I'll go over a couple things. One of which, yes, but I don't want people. So I have 2 right now. I don't want people buying it at this point just so they can sell it for 7,500. I have 2 logos right now. I'm gonna get a third at some point. I don't care what I have to pay for it. And the reason why I want to get so many is because I love this company. And I love the network that we have. And I don't want just anyone getting this logo. I even wrote a post before, which I will... I mean, it's my post, so I guess I can share it. VIPs in my... Somebody asked me, what's the current utility of this logo? So I said, currently, we have about $450 on average in value of redemption codes at physical events. We've had invites to multiple parties this last year, the ability to talk with the founders face to face multiple times per year, the promise of future utility from both the company and the community, and eventual profits for people who have multiple and want to sell theirs to a deserving individual. I will come back to that statement in a second. The future utility is something I've been talking about with certain whales this week, most of which I can't announce yet, but one thing I've hinted at and will go deeper on right now. A friend of mine is opening up a casino next year in late 2024, and I will plan for a bunch of us to go to a launch party. Hopefully Sanjay Bhaskaran can help us, but since it's not an official Veve event, no worries if he can't. I will say that this whale absolutely loves Veve and OMI. He has more OMI than I do, and he already has 2 gold and silver logos, and he will give us added utility on that particular night. But the one statement in that I really want to go back to is saying eventual profits for people who have multiple and want to sell theirs to a deserving individual. There's a lot of political strife between the 1% and everyone else. Fine, you have the haves and you have nots. You know, that widening gap between that 1% and everyone else, yes, is the cause for political strife. Even though I do believe capitalism is the reason why we live the best lives that we live right now. And I've lived in and been in countries that did not have capitalism, and it was god awful. So I will go and say that, richer people get a bad rep. They get the bad reputation just because they think, you have a bunch of younger people that, haven't really lived in the world yet, think that they're all evil. Or you have younger people that really aren't that young anymore that think they blame their problems on capitalism and they blame their problems on the rich. And I will tell you that my experience with rich people is completely opposite than what most would think. It is, most of them just want a worthy successor. Most of them just want to pass on their knowledge. It's like when autistic people like myself, they info dump. When somebody says like, oh, hey, you have a Hellfire Club shirt on. Do you want Stranger Things? Yeah, I really love Stranger Things. I really like in season 1 they did this, X, Y, and Z. There's a lot of, sprained ankles were common on the set because they had to film in the woods and people kept tripping. And, that's what's known as info dumping, when you go and you put a ton of info out there at once. A ton of rich people just want to go and pass on what they know because there are so few worthy people. And in that same breath, when I said, hey, eventually you might want to sell to someone that's a worthy individual for the Veve logo, I don't want this to be, well, I shouldn't say this, but, I will. I'm always honest. I don't want it to be just anyone that gets this logo. I want it to be someone that loves the company, one that's a good person, that loves the company, that recognizes what they have there with that community. I understand the Veve community is great. I love them. That's why I do these videos. That's why I do these live streams, to answer any questions. But also the community within the community, the 1% of 1%, in that Veve logo group, that is a special group. And I don't want it tainted by flippers as someone that's just like, oh, I'm going to buy here and sell here. And again, I understand you buy it for 4K, 7K, 10K, it doesn't matter. You go and you join the parties. Let's say you build up these personal relationships with a bunch of these people there. You get their numbers, you get their telegrams, you get their, whatever. And you build relationships with them. And then a few years down the line, that logo goes to 30 or 50K. Okay, well, I already have these numbers and these relationships with these people. I might as well cash out. I already have the relationships. I get that. That's fine. What I mean is I don't want someone that doesn't love the company but maybe has a few dollars to go and buy this and just to go and like for the clout. Oh, I'm taking a picture with this person. I'm taking a picture with this person. Oh, nobody knows who this person is, but I know who they are. Let me tell you about them. I don't want people doing that just for the clout. I don't want people doing that just for like, oh, hey, this person is important and I'm next to them. That must mean I'm at least important too. I want it to have a, and I recognize I sound like, Slytherin here, like, oh, I want only the best of the best. Okay, fair point. I do. I only want people that are good, solid people that love the company and are going to be in this for life. I want this to be like a, and maybe it's because I'm adopted. Maybe it's because like the original family that birthed me didn't want me, or I was a disappointment to the family that adopted me, and I never really fit in anywhere except for maybe the military and you guys and Earth 2 a little bit. But this is special to me, and this is my baby. This is my family. I spend more time talking to you guys than I do with any one of my friends. Most of the people that I served with, most of the people that I've loved and like would live and die for. And again, like I said at the beginning of this video and yesterday's video as well, Bobby Bello was one of the first people I met at McGuire Air Force Base, and I loved him. It was super funny and had a thing about growing out his sideburns a little too long, but we loved him, and cancer's a bitch. Obviously, silicone secure, same thing, but this all goes to say that that logo is special, and I want people to go and only get that if they're in it for the long haul. And like my friend Dan said, anyone that comes in to that group, you love them, and I would tell them that we're all family, and one day I would hope to call them family as well. And anyway, I'm getting a little too deep on the Veve logo. I don't even know where this came at. Oh, talking about Bean Tech. Yeah, the logo is almost done. But I don't want people to buy it right now, just so they can sell it for like a couple grand profit, making it harder for the people that really deserve and want to be in there. Anywho, Bill Garner says, at Prince Toby, there was a cartoon back in my day, someone made with Batman in the vault. It was pretty incredible. I like that. Moving on. Mark Robertson says, what new feature are you most looking forward to? I mean, probably OMI to the waitlist tickets or MCP tickets, just because just because that's going to really help the burn. Oh my God, that looks amazing. Looks amazing. Missing y'all this week. Gotta come next time. Oh, I hope he gets his message. Oh, he did. Okay, very good. Moving on here. JTM says the OMI were sold for 0007. That is below price before the announcement. No insider trading. It'd be a real stupid insider. Agreed. Moonboy says David Yu will have to burn his 30 billion OMI blockchain. Andy and his fodder minions happy. Oh my God. That's why nobody cares about those people. D'Angelo, so what's your favorite food? Oh, pizza. Pizza comes to mind first. I know I have a Taco Bell shirt and I don't have a pizza shirt, but pizza, burgers, tacos, and pizza. Two of my four major food groups are pizza. I guess alcohol, but pizza's so diverse. You have chicken, you get bacon, you have ranch, and pepperoni. Just so good. There's so many different ways to make it. That's my favorite. Obviously, junk food. Favorite health food: fish, salmon. I really like. Chicken. I really like. Steak. Love steak. Wes says, "Will Week Motel, guys. It's a legit motel. It's like a resort." Wes says, Dan and David definitely need to buy some of the 30 billion OMI if they want to ever be valuable. Well, David and Dan already have 30 billion OMI each, so they have quite a lot, and they haven't sold. So yeah, it's super, super valuable. Jason Pena says, Jason Pena 2000. So that's your, okay. All right. All right. Oh my God, I keep putting a P instead. Oh, we follow each other already. Very good. Very good. Oh God, hiccups. Oh God, more hiccups. Yeah, okay. All right. You've got you have my looks. Yeah. Okay, there we go. What are these Sicilian birds? Those look so good. They look yummy. Oh God, I can't wait to eat some of those eventually. Mark Hunt says, sorry for your whale, Randy. My wife is now the proud owner of a shiny gold and silver logo. Wait, was that were you the one that got the 3500? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Wait a tick. We have a Oh, Mark, oh my heckin' goodness. Dude, dude, dude. I gotta go and message you. I gotta go and message you right meow. Right, booking meow. Wow, there's a lot of people in there. All right. Congrats at Mark M. Hyun. Is that? All right, I won't tag you in it. I'll just say congrats, Mark. Oh God, I called you Marl. I called you Marl. I didn't mean to call you Marl. Dude. Well, it's my guys are gonna be pissed. I have to find it. Hold on. Let me do one. Buddy of mine got the one for 4K. Oh, he's gonna be super salty about it. The other one, oh God, where is it? It's got to be from a couple days ago. We're gonna find it. I'm gonna find you. We're gonna find you. They ripping everybody out there. And remember that? Hide your kids. Hide your wife. They gonna find you. Anywho, there was this guy. Maybe I didn't take a picture of it. I could have sworn I screenshotted it. Screenshotted it? Screenshot? Maybe I didn't. I thought it was him saying, "Oh, I have a couple days left before I'm gonna buy it." Maybe he didn't. Maybe I was wrong. I was definitely wrong. I didn't screenshot it. But that is wild. Mark, I love you, man. You're you and your wife are gonna be very, very happy, exceedingly happy. And this is not going to be 10 years in the future. This will be in the next 15 months. Mark, we got to talk. We'll talk privately soon. Uno. Well, it says, congrats, Mark. Parobita says, yo, man, did you see Shane's tweets listing is near? I can't wait. Yes, I have Shane's tweets notifications on for them. I have 41,000 essence. And I know that essence is going to be like 25 cents to start. It won't be a lot, but it will be a lot this time next year. And I can't wait. It's going to be beautiful. Bill Garza says, Paolo, what did Shane say? Heard from Yena that it was going to do a Q&A. I'm not sure yet. Pauses. He is planning on listing Essence on Dex. We don't know when. Marcon says, thanks, Wes. Bill Garza says, I knew he was going to do a Dex. Paolo says, is Randy reading old comments? I am reading comments from 20 minutes ago. Bill Garza says, $1 Essence incoming. Yeah, he reads all of them. So, yeah, be advised, guys. In the next bull market in 2 years, Essence is going to be multiple dollars. It's going to be multiple dollars. There's not going to be, there's no doubt about that. Unless he puts all 5 billion in circulation, even still, it's going to be multiple dollars. Again, no doubt in my mind. Ugana says $1 Essence is coming. Yes, he reads all of them. Yeah, at some point, yes. Paolo says, I wish. What says Earth 2 needs a working metaverse first. I mean, it's got a couple of different things on it, and they'll roll other things out as well. Disapania says colloquialisms. Yes, indeed. Says people. I think people anticipate the Wreck-It Ralph pencil is going to be the scarcest. Maybe, I don't know. Alabita says they have decent ecosim now. They do. Regard says I think $1 after opening and 3 to 10 in bull run. Yeah, multiple dollars in the bull run. If they only put out, let's say like 2 out of the 5 billion OMI, yeah, $10 is very easy to do. Very easy. In which case, I had $400,000. I'll obviously sell a little bit before then, but you know. 10 cent essence is more realistic to start. Sure, yeah, to start it's more realistic, but in bull run, a hell of a lot higher. Jason Companion says, I am there. Cheers. Lagar says, 10 cent on opening drop. No way. Everyone said same for Sunday swap. I watch it climb all the way to 94 cents-ish before coming back down. That'd be nuts. Lagar says they probably will be selling on a DEX while everyone else is trying to sell. Agreed. Mark Hound says, my wife says she loves the company. Ah! I gotta give congratulations. I got the logo so she could come to events with me. Oh my God. Dude, I'm so happy for you, man. You and your wife will love that forever. Um, am I Scott, Michael Scott, and are you Pam? Because I'm really proud of you. I'm really happy for you. Wes says that's actually a good idea, Mark. Even Moonboy says, why Howard the Duck Ultra have 33 editions burned? I guess because they didn't get a lot of, not a lot of them were sold, I guess. Garda says, by the way, Randy, I saw Modern Investor repost your OMI price on Twitter. Oh, I gotta find him. I gotta find him. Oh, I gotta find him. Oh God, who is this? I'm no. I'm sorry for everyone that's been trying to mess with me this week. I feel like I've been keeping up pretty good with it, but Modern Investor. All right, did he post it? Did he repost it? I'm looking at getting. Okay. Did he? I feel like he didn't. I'm going way back. Oh, he did. He does. Anyone buy weeks ago when I said I was feeling strong about OMI? He did. Oh my God. Thank you, Modern Investor, giving my post. Well, his post got 17,000. Mine got 23. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'll give him those smiley faces because he said he'd come on the podcast. He hasn't said when. When he was done moving, I think he might be done moving by now. I guess I don't know. You know, we shall see. Moving on. Wes says Modern Vest is a smart dude. Guy is a machine and knows a ton, and that's why I'm really excited that he's into Veve and OMI. Veve Darkling says, what I missed? Why you at a Motel 6? This ain't a Motel 6. This ain't a Motel 6. This is. We got some lights over there. We got a nice bed over there with laundry on it. We got a room over there. We got a door. We got a kitchen over here. I don't think Motel 6s have kitchens. We have another bed over there. We got a nice dining room table. We got a nice couch. We got a wall. We got a TV. We got another one. All right, guys. Do Motel 6s have patios on them where you can go and look out into the wilderness? No. No, they don't. Do Motel 6s have joining rooms, bottles of wine, where another whale has stayed, where we have other tables and TVs and other things that you can look at, and couches that turn into a folding bed, and refrigerators and coffee and mousses and ironing boards and Michelob Ultras and second bathrooms and showers? No. No, they do not. And again, I have another room outside of this, but we are, that other room is way, way down the hall, and I am not ready to go and show it to you guys. So, whew. But yes, most that. I am a little more bougie than that. Oh God, my body. Okay. Okay. Moving on. Where was I? Bogar says at Westman, listening to him for like 4 years. Yeah, you were there since I was in the office. You were there for the car videos, and I was homeless for that small amount of time. And I was just in between apartments. Bill Gardner, you were there from the beginning. Very good times. Sleeping Comics says, Randy, what's up, Sleeping? Mr. MC1 says, Randy, ready for OUP, Randy? Yeah, I mean, I've been ready for... Am I sassy in Homeward Bound? Because Shadow, I was born ready. Sally Fields, I love you so much. I've been ready with OMI for quite a while. There's no... I had a lot more OMI, but I had to send Foster Hilt some OMI because I have a bet with someone that says... I have 2 bets with people that think that we won't be at a penny by next year. So I was like, or was it next year or 2025? I have to go into I have to search my messages. 2024. It's got to be in groups, right? It's got to be in groups. No, maybe if I put Foster in a group, he's not. All right, Foster, ER. I'll show you what it is. Oh, these posts are protected. Okay, so this guy, I don't know his name because his posts are protected. I said, okay, all right, Saturday, March 13th. Says, hey, Randy, this is me, known as Sports Guy, trying to bet on YouTube. I said, howdy, for some reason, it wasn't showing up my messages. He says, you wanted to do 10K, but if it's too much, we can do 5K. I'm ready, though, to give my share to Foster as long as you do. It says, and the bet was you had until January 1st, 2025 for OMI to hit a penny. If it does any time before that, you win. If it doesn't, I win. Again, don't feel pressured. If you're over leveraged and don't want to, that's okay. Just let me know. I said, that's fine. We'll do 5K. I would have liked to do 10K, but 5K. I said, Foster, let me know if you're able to escrow for us. We'll give you 5% of winnings. And Foster said, that's fine. He's happy to help. And he gave him his, we advised on 5K in cash. I have over 100,000 in OMI though. If you want cash at the end of it, I can easily convert. But right now, all I have is OMI. You get 5K out of the OMI that's in there, which is likely to be well over 50K worth of OMI when the deal ends. He said, yeah, I do 5K cash for a 5K cash bet. That's what I thought the bet was, blah, blah, blah. Basically, we got it. Foster had gone on and says, here's my ETH ledger address. Please make sure to send it there. I said, stay focused and drive safe. He sent the ETH. Foster sent me his OMI. Or Foster sent me his OMI address. I sent him the OMI. And then we were good. I sent him all the appropriate OMI in his address. And now I have a fairly good amount. Okay. So I actually have more than I thought I did. I thought I only gave him a certain amount, but I gave him much more. So let me go and message this group like, hey, sports guy. Is this him? I don't know if that's him. It's West Coast Guy 101. Say at West Coast Guy 101. If you would like to submit to me early, I will give you a discount. And you will only pay 4K as opposed to 5K. I can do this deal right meow for you. Let me know. So yes, that's one of them. And I do have another one. I thought it was with Foster as well. Yes, it was with Retail Pleb, I think. Hey friends, turns the deal. If OMI reaches 1 cent at any point by or before December 31st, 2024, I get 10K. If it only reaches $0.999999, I give 10K to Pleb. So I will go over and talk to Retail Pleb. And did I even give him anything? Whatever works, happy. Let's go Foster. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Friday 13th, you both. Okay. Hey, Pleb. If you'd like to submit now, I will only charge you 8K. I'm nice like that. If not, I will gladly take 10K next year. Love y'all. Hearts. 1, 2, 3 hearts, because 1 heart for each of us. So yeah. Anywho, I forget what I was responding to. But yeah, I'm totally ready. Wes's team, I know his stuff. Prince Toby says, here's some Randy quotes. Prince Toby, you're giving me some hope for this generation. Hulk sucks donkey turds. I want the cave with the evil hyenas. I do want that cave with evil hyenas. Do you drive your spaceships drunk? Have I said that? I don't know if I did or not. Veve Fox, she is senpai. Whaling become MySpace. Guys, I'm not joking. This isn't clickbait, but 4chan stopped ISIS. I swear it did. I posted that video. 4chan did stop ISIS in that one scenario. That was a fantastic. 2016 was an amazing year. Jones barbecuing for massage. And of course, everyone's favorite. Ow, my hip. Ow, my hip. Um, I'm glad to see my physical ailments making you smile. But yes, yes, that does happen. Wes says, just burn all the OMI reserve wallet and Dan and David burn 10 billion each. I don't think you'd get Dan and David to burn 10 billion from each of their stuff. They might burn from their business development wallet like they have and they will again. But to burn 33% of their net worth of what's likely to be tens of billions of dollars, they're probably going to say no to that. I'm just throwing that out there. Omi Child says, peace, peace. Empty Hero says, Wes, that'd be great. Jimberly Lingo says, hey, Master Randy. Why, hello, Jimberly Lingo. How you doing? Lester Suarez, I love the triple R, brother. The real Randy Chavez. Oh, why, thank you so much. While you guys get some more comments, I'm going to go and try to get back to a couple of these things. Music to my GM loving ears. Okay, I love that. Number one, A New Realm. My holders, yep. Okay. Gold holders are VIPs at my events. Okay, all right. Well, does that mean we can get it, Mr. MC1? Oh. Glad you'll help with the party, Mr. MC1. You are my fire. The realm gold. Oh! I love what he's saying. I can't say it, but I love what he's saying. Oh, Mr. MC1, I don't think this is a good thing to post. Super right. Just need the. Oh, Jesus. I love him. Moving on here. I'm upset that they've. Oh, I don't care about that. Locked and loaded. Some people be putting lots of OMI on their VV app. Mark Hahn, I love you. Agrees. Yep, agreed. Okay, I won't. She won't. Oh, I also put. All right, so here's another couple things I wanted to go over. I asked people, dear men in the VV fam, how many of you are single? And I'll get to that in a second. Super Duper Hank says, make sure to date for 4 years before getting engaged. All right, Biscuit. Is he married to Biscuits? Are they married? No, that is not Biscuits. Biscuit says, right, we waited 7 years total time, 16 years together, worth the wait. Oh my God. Oh wow, that's fantastic. I've been trying to get Biscuits on the podcast. She's been eluding me, like the I don't know the name of that anime. Anywho, oh yeah, so I'll get to the all right. Sports guy said, haha, no thanks. No way we hit a penny before January 2025. I think anytime we get momentum, there will be a sell-off like the last few days. Hope you're right, though. I'll give him the winky face. I will give him he had a chance to save 20%. He did not do it. Anywho, I said, how many of you in the VV fam are single? Gwen Tron says, single if you have friends with no benefits. Dude, Gwen Tron is hysterical, and I love him, and I can't wait to just, like, best friend the shit. Booger says, looking for a wife in VV if anyone is available. That's hysterical. Ed says, I'm dating myself. So 71% says taken. And VV Press says there's a lot of cap in this poll, as in a lot of people are lying, saying that, oh, I'm not a loser that's single. I'm a loser that's single. Batman says, dang, I'm in the minority. I could be like, same, fam. There's definitely most of these people are not single. Anyway, Scorp 10 says single and waiting for Claret's Latina to notice me. Oh my God. Well, he's shooting his shot. And he's not that bad of a looking dude. He's got a snake around him. He's lean. He's not that bad of a looking dude. You know, no homo. Credit to you for shooting your shot. I hope she takes him up on that. He's not a bad looking dude, this Tyler Owens. Colin says, that certainly surprises me. Me too. I sense an unusual amount of cap in something as trivial as this poll, where 71% they're taken and 29% they're single. I really doubt that. But the reason why I posted this poll is because of a post that I saw on Tumblr years ago, and I still remember it, so much so that I had to go and find it. It is called Partners Forever, and this will all make sense. as soon as it's done. And it is called Partners Forever. That is a Bulbasaur. You see right there. That is number one in the Pokedex and number one in our hearts. It says, the first time we met, you were standing there and were wondering for 30 minutes. Kids that are born in Pallet Town, they get their first Pokemon from Professor Oak, who gives them the choice between a Squirtle, a Charmander, or a Bulbasaur. And Bulbasaur says, but in the end, you chose me. I was so happy because Bulbasaur finally had a partner. And after that, there was a lot of trouble, and adventures were ahead. And then he evolves into an Ivysaur, and he had new friends, saying every time we would make new friends, he would scream out of joy. He sees a Lapras, a Butterfree, a Pidgeotto, and a Sandshrew. Those were their new friends. And eventually he evolves into a Venusaur, saying, we sure went through a lot. One of the best Pokemon. He says, you would start over and over again, and you would pick me over and over again. Every time you start a new game, the trainer would pick Bulbasaur. And every time you would give me a new name. But lately, it seems like you don't have much time to play with me anymore. You're probably very busy. Sometimes I feel a bit lonely, but I know that you still love me. Your hand is bigger than the first time we met. And since you have evolved into an adult, our time together has decreased. But even then, Bulbasaur, let's go! You chose me. Bulbasaur. I read this at some point in the past decade. And for those people that don't know anything about Pokemon, they'll be like, what is Chavez talking about right now? This makes zero sense. When you're a kid, especially when you're a kid that maybe is a little weird and might not have a lot of friends, and maybe the real world scares you, and maybe the adults in that real world, you can't communicate with them properly because something's wrong with your brain, and you like animals. Because animals have this weird way of communicating. They don't talk, they don't say words. I mean, they do talk, but in a way that makes sense. Dogs growl, not because they're being mean, but because you're doing something that they don't like. And for those of us with those special brains, yeah, we don't like it when certain people touch us. We don't like it when we're too close to people. We don't like it loud noises, and we don't know how to express it, so maybe we growl. So, that's why I really love animals. That's why I went into the veterinary field. And it's part of why I love Pokemon. So, this is really strong, so I'm going to have to weaken it. A little bit of Bailey's. Those of you might not know, but I'm a doctor of sorts. A chemistry doctor, where a mixing of the alcohols will go down my gullet in an attempt for me to see the world in a better light. Anywho, I'm not the only person like this. There are, I don't know, probably millions that love Pokemon the same way that I do. They might not be able to verbalize it or express it into words as eloquently as I can, even though it's not eloquent at all. And as soon as I read that, I was like, I gotta play Pokemon again. There are some people that I know that will play their Nintendo Wii or Nintendo GameCube. Like they'll play one of the systems that don't need to be played. I think because I think GameCube probably, because the GameCube games, no, the Wii, no, the GameCube games can be played on Wii, and I think Wii Sports games can also be played on Wii. Whatever that it was, that GameCube or Wii doesn't need to be played. It doesn't. You could have other systems, but some people will go and they'll play those systems because they feel bad that the system's not being played. These Pokemon are pixelated, animated, pixelated things. They have no feelings. They have no sense of right and wrong. They might be coded where if you do a certain action in the game, they'll give you a certain better attack. Like if you treat them well, their attack called return will be a higher attack point. If you treat them very poorly, their attack called frustration will be a higher attack point, and you'll get mad moods for it. So, but outside of that, there's nothing really emotional about them. They're a means to an end. But to people that go and say, "Hey, this is my escape. This is my escape from reality." And as Lex Friedman once said, everyone should go and play a video game at least once a month, so that they can go and they can be into another universe. I, at some point, might make a universe with ducks and Dashie will be king of the ducks. Anyway, Dashie's dog, but you know what I mean. The reason I say this is because nostalgia has a really powerful hold on people, and when people like if I get that, like if that strikes such a chord in me that I automatically go and start a new Pokemon game and I choose Bulbasaur again and again and again. People that come and see this app, the Veve app, and they say, "Oh, hey, Simba." Now, for those of you that were born in the 1900s, I know there are a bunch of you here that were born in the 2000s, and that's fine as well. But people like myself that were born in the 1900s, we didn't have computers. 1980s through 1990s, obviously well beforehand. We didn't have computers. We didn't have cell phones. The cell phones that we did have later in the early 2000s, they didn't really have internet at first. It was very primitive. It was not tech-based at all. What did we do? We watched movies. I know most of the words from a lot of SpongeBob episodes, Fairly Odd Parents episodes, Cat Dog, Hey Arnold. I know all of these references. Part of which why I think people like me. There was even a couple of people that I ran into at DCon that says, "Me and my brothers like to make a game out of all of your pop culture references that you make." And the reason I bring this up is because, well, what did you do when you were younger? If you were lucky enough to have an aunt or to have someone to buy you VHS tapes, not DVDs, VHS tapes that you could watch. If you were lucky enough to have a VCR and a TV, you'd watch it over and over and over again, parsing it, every single word, trying to, and some words that maybe you didn't understand but you picked up in context. That's how you learned. That's how, and again, I know that it's made for kids, but something like Lion King, that was, yeah, made for kids, but adults can watch it. It's good. It's fun. The things that you learn from Mufasa and Rafiki, the lessons are there. And when other people get into this app, yeah, Frozen, kids might want it now because it's from the last decade or so. Wreck-It Ralph, same thing. But Finding Nemo, the last 20 years. But we've seen it already before with things like Boba Fett. You know, most of the people here are between the ages of 35 and 55, 54, whatever they are. It starts at age 24 and then it goes to like 55. Or 24 and 44 is like 34 and 44 is like the age, but 24, you know, kind of a little bit, and then 45 to 54 a little bit after that. That's why Star Wars does so well. You see a lot of these whales going to buy the Star Wars stuff. Yeah, it's for investing. Yeah, it's because they know they'll make money with it, but also because it's really freaking cool. And it's something that they go and they see that was a part of them. Like Sleeping Comics was on my stream not too long ago. And he said, listen, you either saw, you know what, I got surprised because he said he saw Empire Strikes Back in theaters. Like, wait, you saw that in theaters? Like, you were alive for that? And he said that, yeah, you saw it in the theater, or you didn't see the movie. There's no VHS. Like I know now you could stream a movie a month after it comes out. There was a Ed and Eddie episode 20 years ago where Ed wanted to go and see, or Eddie wanted to go and see an R-rated movie. And Double D said, "Don't worry, Eddie, we'll see it on TV in a year." And immediately I said, whoa. It takes a lot longer than a year for a movie to come out on TV. At least 2 years, minimum. Um, and then Ed said, "Yeah, with all the good stuff taken out of it." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, you might be able to see a movie on TV. Maybe if you had HBO, if you're one of those rich people that had HBO, and you could see it on TV in a year with none of the good stuff taken out of it. But like that was it. Like years ago, if we had something, we watched it multiple times, and that's why it's such a big part of life. It's why it's such a big part of us. And as a bunch of people get in, there is nobody in this app right now. I know we're bigger than any other NFT platform out there, or bigger than a lot of other metaverses out there. But you have to realize 30,000 wallets per month is nothing. We'll we'll do almost a 10x that in less than 2 years, in like 12 to 15 months, and you'll see all of these things that have super low mints on them. They'll be super super scarce. So when I see something like The Lion King, where it's like, oh yeah, that's what I watched when I was younger, because when parents don't want to parent, and you have all these Disney tapes. Okay, this kid will entertain himself. That's what we're gonna get, and we're gonna spend lots of money on it because of the way it makes us feel. And it's not exclusive to just Lion King. It'll be to anything nostalgic. And I know that Wreck-It Ralph, Finding Nemo, yeah, Finding Nemo is 20 years old. Toy Story is almost 30 years old. They'll get higher and higher on the food chain and more expensive and more nostalgic as time goes on. But yeah, all of these things are going to be super, super coveted, super, super valuable. And again, the writing on the wall is that this is most things on the app are undervalued, especially the big IPs. And people are going to do what they need to do to get them. We have no Mufasa currently. We might get Mufasa one day. I'll spend all my MCP points on Mufasa if we don't get Pokemon. I'll go and spend OMI to get waitlist tickets for Mufasa because I love him. Simba's cool. We don't have Nala. We don't have Sarabi. Timon and Pumbaa we have, but in the thing. But an animated Timon and Pumbaa would be great. And then you have Lion King 1.5. You have Lion King 2.0. I might have even watched Lion King 1.5 past this. But you also have to understand, guys, the stuff that we have now is great and it's fantastic, and all the Disney heads will get in here at some point. But if we ever get Pokemon, if we ever get Nintendo, oh my God, guys, the millions would go into this app in a week. People would go like God, I don't know what I would do. I would if they announce Pokemon or Nintendo next year, and let's say $1 million by that point, 5%, I put 50 grand into this. Because that's the first thing of Pokemon. Oh my God, and that's something I know that it's a very scarce idea now. Right now, everyone has a price, but that's something that I'd probably never sell. Unless it got stupid high. Like one of the first things I'll do as I become a millionaire or multimillionaire again would be to buy back some of those Pokemon cards that I had to sell. I owe that license, that I owe that to the Pokemon industry, because that's how I made most of my money. so yeah, that's the goal. Anywho, moving on. Photo says, "Hi Randy." So smash that like button. Lester Suarez says, "Tomorrow we get the Elsa drop pencils. Love those drops to finish the week strong. Those are great. I will keep mine." Kevin Nova says, "Hey Randy, for the first time commenting, what would you say to a new crypto investor? Appreciate the content." Okay. New crypto investor. I would say this. You could be a short-term flipper or a long-term hodler. Short-term flip, medium dip, long-term hodler. I'll tell you this. If you've invested before in anything, crypto is not like anything you've invested in before. It is the wild, wild west. The 15% swings that you might be lucky to get in stocks every year, you can get that per day in crypto. The safest crypto you can get that will have a 99.999% chance of going up is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is probably the safest thing that you can get, and most everyone in the world that's into crypto will tell you that as well. And they'll go and say, listen, if you're just familiar with the S&P 500's 9 to 11% gains each year, if you're just into a couple people's, ETFs or hedge funds where they're getting you, maybe 13%, but they're making pay 2 and 20, you don't have to worry about that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the hedge. Bitcoin is going to outperform every single one of those funds, every single one of those groups. I don't care if they make 20, 30, 50% a year. I understand in the financial world that sounds great, but for Bitcoin that is nothing. And you'll minimum do a 3x in the next 2 years, but you'll most likely do a 5 to maybe even 10x. 300,000 for Bitcoin is very, very reasonable. Anywhere between the 100,000 and $1 million mark is possible in the next bull run. But to keep it conservative, say 5x, 150K, even 10x at the higher end of realm of possibility, 300K, sure. Fine. But that's Bitcoin. And that is, as we say in crypto, the altcoins child's play. 5x is great, 10x is even better. But what if I told you can get 10x to 10x and you get 100K? Obviously, the further you go away from Bitcoin, the less safe it is. Ethereum, even though I'm pretty sure when everything is built on Ethereum blockchain and is probably going to flip Bitcoin at some point, not as safe. Not as safe as Bitcoin. Neither is Cardano or Solana or any of the other stuff that's out there. But if you're looking to get into crypto, you're probably not in a super safe place. You probably don't want T-bills. You probably don't want real estate. You probably don't want CDs. You don't want stocks or bonds or diamonds and rubies or gold and silver. You're probably looking at you're a little more high risk. And again, Bitcoin and Ethereum are great. Cardano, Solana, all these other things. Binance, great as well. That's fine. Probably make money. But OMI has that chance to do something truly spectacular. And don't take my word for it. Obviously, if you want to, let's say you only want to put in 10% of your net worth into crypto, and the rest you want to keep in stocks and bonds and real estate, whatever, and 10% of your crypto into crypto. Okay, well, if you have a lot of money, yeah, sure, 50% goes into Bitcoin, 25% goes into Ethereum, the rest goes into other altcoins. But obviously, I'm a bit of a cowboy. What I've done myself is I've put everything to OMI. It will pay off for me. Already has in many ways. But I would say, if you want your life-changing money, yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum are good. If you want that life-changing money, if you want that money that will not just buy you a BMW, it'll buy you the whole lot, I think OMI is the best play. But again, that's just my opinion. I currently live in a one-bedroom apartment, and that is my life. If you'd rather listen to someone that has multiple houses, multiple businesses that do millions per year, sure, go and do that. But look at their balance sheets, look at their year over year, the month over month, and then make your decision from that. Anyway, I believe that is the last comment on here. I just got to go and make sure before I end it. Yes, it is. Thank you guys so much for coming by and hanging out. The 70 of you that are here, that means the world. Smashing that like button also means the world. If I can get 4 more likes before the end of the stream so that this way it is at 50 likes, that would be super great. But if not, that is okay as well. I will tell everyone to please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone go and say, where's Dashi? Dashi will be here again within the next 48 hours. And I'm going to go and... What did I say I was going to watch before? Definitely Gilmore Girls. What did I say I was going to watch before? Oh my God, I was gonna say what I have to go back 20 minutes and say what I was gonna watch. It wasn't Pokemon. Oh, I love Pokemon. Um, Definitely did Gilmore Girls. I was gonna watch something. Forget what it was. All right, let me figure this out real quick. Master, Reserve Wallet, Jones Barney, Foot Massage, Isis, Wailing became. Nope, I don't know what it was. Prince Toby, the cave that won the Double Hyenas. Would I watch Lion King? Probably not. Anyway, guys, this is for me. I love you all. Class dismissed. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, Randy. You guys, bye. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Subscribe. Subscribe. Subscribe.